r/relationships. Poppy_Thora says, I caught my 34 female, husband 43 male, swapping photos with some random 19 female. I don't really know what to do right now, this all feels so bizarre. To start, my husband and I have been together for 3 years, and dated for about 1 before that. Before any of this, I always thought he was a great partner. I would see posts from Reddit about nightmare partners come up, and we would laugh about them together, because the thought he could do anything like that was so out of this world to me. A couple days ago, when my husband was in the shower, I was on his phone. We have an open phone policy with each other. This is not out of the ordinary. He had taken a really cute photo of us on Snapchat the other day, saved to his memories, and I wanted to send it to myself. When I opened the app on the phone and went to the memories area, there were no photos there. I thought this was super odd, so I went back to the home page to see if there was a glitch. Turns out my husband was logged into an account that did not share his name, and he had a new message from someone named Jenny. I admit this was wrong and dumb, but I was so confused and curious that I opened the message. I was greeted by a rather revealing photo of a young woman who was, well, let's just say well endowed in the chest, accompanied by a scandalous caption. I was shocked. I was sick. I let my curiosity get the better of me and scrolled up back through some of their conversations. Whatever was happening here, it had not been happening for long, and it seemed to be mostly texts and the occasional photo swap. I don't know if calls show up on SC logs, but if they do, I didn't see any. The most heartbreaking part of this was that on a couple of occasions, my husband tried to compare Jenny's body to mine. I like how I look, so I'm not ashamed to admit she has more going for her in the chest department than I do. At the very least, to her credit, Jenny shut this line of dialogue down. When my husband came out of the shower, I was sobbing. I told him what I found and how heartbroken I was. He immediately apologized, but kept maintaining that this was not cheating, as he has never and will never meet Jenny in person. I told him that I don't care and that I still consider it cheating. He told me that I cheated on him first. He knows I have a habit of using an AI chatbot to pretend like I'm dating/having intimate experiences with some of my favorite fictional characters, and which to him is cheating, just as much as him talking to Jenny is. I believe that this isn't true, because the characters are fiction made up by a computer and Jenny is a real person, but because my husband will never meet her in person. He insists that she is essentially just as fictional as the characters. He says because I'm so blasé about my thing, he didn't think his thing would be a big deal. I feel a little conflicted now. I still believe what my husband did was awful, and it broke my heart. I'm not sure how I can continue in this relationship, if at all. But I'm a little worried, now that I also did something bad and hurt him. I don't think cheating ever makes sense, but if he genuinely felt like I was cheating on him first, maybe I'd understand him better. I don't know what it will change either way, but is what I did cheating? Were these two experiences comparable? I feel like I'm losing my mind and I need an outside perspective. Thank you. Too long, didn't read. I caught my husband messaging a young woman, and when I brought it up to him, he said I cheated first by having pretend relationships with fictional characters in an AI. Yuha111 says he used the AI thing to justify it in his mind, had the excuse ready for if he was ever caught. It's not a valid argument. If it really bothered him, he could talk to you about it. It's physically possible they could meet, which is not true for the AI. Also, geez, you're already 10 years younger, how much younger does he need? Hoyanbri says, is what he did wrong? Yes, I say so. Is what you did wrong? Well, kind of. It's not cheating per se, but it's investing in another relationship, as you admit they are. If my so did what you're describing, I'd be weirded out and hurt. From your description, you're having relationships with chatbot characters. You're spending energy to establish a fictional bond with a non-existent entity. The act of dating anyone/anything else implies there's a level of intimacy you're investing in the endeavor. I don't know your relationship with your husband, but I know it would definitely hurt my feelings and pride to find myself doing that. It would tell me there was something not working in our relationship, that she was not really interested in working on with me, but would rather date a bot. Striphead Cat Bloody says, Mudlife crisis or total jerk. Sanjfan74 says, so, what he did is wrong, and I would consider it at some level cheating. But I'm having a hard time wrapping around that you had full-blown dating relationship with Ace. I tried the AI girlfriend thing to see how far I could push it. Sexting is something that can happen, of course not with explicit graphics, at least when I tried it, but with the conversation, yes. It sounds like you both need to get off your phones and start communicating more face to face. If this is the only bad things he did, I don't see this as unfixable, but it will require both of you to rebuild trust. Roberan Steele says, he is 43 years old and talking to what's almost a teenager. He's not taking full blame or shame either. It can't be compared with what you did, Jesus Christ. Just get the frick out. Pansipix says, so he's gaslighting you. Never had a problem with the AI thing before. Objectifying a young woman, she's basically not real, and comparing your body to hers. Ike. At best. Bot_bot_bot says, he immediately apologized, but kept maintaining that this was not cheating as he has never and will never meet Jenny in person. FK that noise, I wouldn't continue. Interesting thoughts about your using AI to fantasize about some intimate experience with fictional characters. Interesting idea in general. I'll first of say those two things are not equivalent. What you were doing is fantasy, what he was doing is not. However, you fantasizing with an AI who can respond to you the way you want could be damaging to your relationship as you're putting emotional energy into that void that would be better served going into strengthening your relationship. I'd view it the same way as interacting with cam girls. I personally wouldn't be happy with the AI situation, but I'd discuss it with you and outline my concerns and tell you my boundaries there. A hidden account my partner is using to sex teenagers on Snapchat? Gtfo. No chance I'm putting up with that. My recently developed spine in that regard would end the relationship therein. Then, because I no longer have time for that type of betrayal of trust, I will no longer live my life with someone whom I cannot trust. Your vice can be worked on and figured out. It may still end the relationship depending on how we both handle ourselves. His on the other hand I wouldn't even try to resolve. Seems to me, if he didn't raise this as a concern with you before, then he kept it as a get out of jail free card in the event that you caught him doing what he's doing. Galashio Spezza says, couldn't read past 19 female. r/relationships. Expressionertra says, my M24 girlfriend, F24, of 4 years says she isn't attracted to me and wants to try something else because of my weight. Me and my girlfriend have been together for 4 years, but I've always been a big guy. We met online and didn't meet in person till a year ago. We've been doing pretty good until the last couple months, when she told me this. When we met I was around 350 pounds and she knew what I looked like, and said she thought I was attractive. When we met I was around the same weight, and she still seemed attracted to me. But now, she just doesn't have any interest in me. We never really had a good sex life, because she was appalled by it. She has developmental issues and we don't think she's ever had a sex drive. She got on hormones to increase her libido, had her first climax, and now she's addicted to masturbating. Like 4 to 7 times a day. And she said she can only imagine herself with a thin person and doesn't want me anymore. I'm guessing she never knew what sexual attraction was until now. but since then, I've lost 30 pounds in 2 months. I've started counting my calories, going to the gym, and even started medically assisted weight loss. I'm doing it for myself, but I feel like part of me is doing it to win her back. I love this girl with all my heart, and I know she still loves me as a person. Maybe she never really loved me, if this is all it took for her to lose interest. Should I just give up on her and move on? Find someone who wants me for who I am? Keep working towards my weight goal and win her back? I'm just at a loss in life right now, and want my life with her back. Thanks for reading. Too long. Didn't read. My girlfriend of 4 years wants to find someone else because of my weight, which has been the same throughout whole relationship. Now I'm working my butt off to lose weight for myself and to win her back. Downtown at 9597 says, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Sounds to me like you've been hit with the I'm not happy speech. It'll be difficult to let her move on, but that's what you're going to need to do. 95% of the time the I'm not happy speech means she has someone in the wings or already cheated with the new guy. Like so many others here said, work on yourself and become the guy she'll wish she never chased away. Cardamom_roses says, I mean, if she was having serious issues with going through normal hormonal development, girl probably didn't have much of a great sense of understanding what sexually attractive meant in the first place until she got on meds to fix her issue. Imo, I'd break up and focus on your well-being and weight loss goals instead of chasing after someone who is by no means guaranteed to find you attractive, even if you do lose the weight. If this was an LDR to begin with, you are probably better focusing your energy on finding someone real and nearby in the first place instead of trying to patch this up. Like, if she was invested in you, she'd probably have stuck it out if you're already 30 pounds down, since clearly you're motivated. Collector_of_things says, the healthiest thing you can do is just keep on focusing on your progression and don't worry about her. At the end of the day, if you have to use her as motivation because you're lacking motivation in general, then do what you have to do. Sometimes it can be hard to get that motivation. I don't know how often you go to the gym, but sometimes a lack of motivation can be due to your CNS being out of whack, and downtime is key here. I typically do 3 days on, 1 day off on a PPL program. But sometimes I'll take a day off after 2 days in a row. It just depends on how I feel. Just do you. Eventually you will move on, and being overall healthier will benefit you in everyday life and the dating scene. Impossible Ali 774 says, do you just want her to hang around until you catch her cheating on you? And Bruce says, honestly, you need to lose weight. You're 320 pounds, you shouldn't expect a lot of people to be attracted to you. Everyone is being nice, but that is much too big. How are you entitled to have her attracted to you? You're objectively overweight and unhealthy. It's in our biology to not like that. Of course there are exceptions and some girls will like fat guys, but it's definitely not the majority. Narlik77 says, I'm gonna be on the opposite end. If it helps you lose weight, go for it. Don't put all your eggs in her basket. Make her work out too. Slightbird6525 says, masturbating that often within a relationship when you have a completely willing partner is a big red flag. Do whatever you want in terms of self-improvement, but I think that ditching her would be the best self-improvement project you could take on. JJJ2576 says, I'd consider consulting your PCP for recommendations for your weight loss, and hopefully they can get you linked up with a specialist. Good luck, brother. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.